Hi Muli, welcome to you all to our next episode. I can't believe it, but we're in our sixth episode. In the last
Wow.
episode, we've been talking about skill versus talent. We both had different um, perspective about it. It's really worth it. You should go in and watch the episode. For
Yeah,
today,
definitely.
what we're going to do, we're going to talk about social life as an artist. It's a really personal topic, and it's also, I think, a really general topic. Like it can apply to each and every one of you guys. And I would love to see you guys commenting or asking questions, participating, because we are making this for us to be able to add some value. And so if we can help personally, even one person, we'll be glad to do it and answer your questions. Try to do our best to be there and help you in your artistic journey. So I'm going to begin with the first question. Are you ready, Muli?
Yeah, great. Sounds like a great topic. Let's dive right in. I'm eager to start.
Okay. Um, so the first question: how, Muli, is your social life as a painter?
My social life as a painter is kind of gloomy. Like I spend a lot of time by my own during the week, but sometimes there is a point that I need a refreshment. Like I need to stop working, I need to stop drawing, anything that involves drawing. So in this time, if it's still midweek, so sometimes at Thursday, I go out to a local pub just to socialize with people. I don't normally like to go to pubs, but it's fun to go by your own because then you have only yourself and your own abilities as a person to socialize and have conversation with someone who is a complete stranger. So if you're an animator, you can, of course, you can absorb a lot of facial expressions, behavior. Um, it depends on which artist you identify yourself as the best. You will observe other stuff. So I found the best formula for myself that work for people that have similar life as me. As you know, I'm a self-employed. I'm a business owner. So my time is my business, and the best thing that works for me is during the day is to work and draw, and during the night is to draw for fun and not to do work, just to explore. If I have watercolors, oil paintings, other stuff that I can do other than just be all the time on the computer painting digitally. So I try to divide the week from day to night, and I try to divide the during the week and the weekends. So in the weekends, I tend to go by myself to a park and read a book, take some notes, just for the sake of thinking, as the same as I go for a walk just for the sake of walking. And I found it the best. That gives me balance. This way, I'm not too over pressured with my work, and I don't burn the midnight oil um, just to stay sane. And what about you? How do you spend your week?
Um, wow. Actually, it's all around. It's all around creation. It's all around. Like you know, my wife Hila and I are doing the same job. Lately, she joined us and started doing caricatures. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that all our day we have a son called Theo. You heard about him in the first episode, and he everything that we do is around. I think that actually I asked this question at the beginning because I wanted to make a point about it too. And it sounds really awesome that you're making every aspect of your life you're making around what you love. If you're going to a pub, you're going to bring maybe some stuff with you to draw, to socialize with people, and to talk to them. And going by yourself also is amazing. I think it's something that everybody really should try. And and now that now you're single, I'm with the whole family, and we are. I can tell we are a creative family, but actually we're just another family, because we are just bringing what we like to do, what we love to do in our life, in our personal life, and we bring it at home, and it affects how everybody knows us. Also, how our son develops a lot, um, and I really believe that creating that each and every one of us can create a positive surrounding people that we know that we can grow together as we are connected too. I think that the strong bonding that we have, that's because we push each other to grow, and we work together, we talk about art together, we're making those episodes now together, and it makes us grow, it makes us like at the end point, this is my social life. This is like I used to have a lot of friends. I used to be this kind of guy that go out to pubs and parties, and love to drink and to dance and to do a lot of crazy stuff. And it took me time to understood that I needed to merge my so-called personal life with what I love doing. If I really want to get better, if I really want to be a professional, it needs to be together, because being an artist or just being a human being is experiencing life through how we choose to experience it, right? I really believe that we are all the same, like basically really every human is the same. We have really similar thoughts based on our um, also what we've learned from our parents. We've talked about it on the first episode. And also from our culture, from what's surrounding us, right? Where we grow
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And so that's why that's why now that I have the power. And like when you grow up, you don't have any power, you just grow up with whoever is around you. But when you are a grown person, you can really choose who you want to hang out with, and who is
Yeah.
going to make you be the version of yourself that you want to see in the future.
Yeah.
And
Exactly. Thank God.
yeah, yeah. Thank God. Actually, I really hope that everybody would understand that people wouldn't stay in like relationships they don't like, or they're not making them grow, or with friends that are not supporting what they love and what they're doing. And yeah, I really wish for anybody and everybody to create their own circle, and to find people that could help them bloom. And I want to
So,
ask,
so
yeah.
what advice can you give to people who want to make their own circle, to how to start their own circle in life, so that they can actually build their life they want? What me as a person have to do in order to have that life?
I think the most powerful tool that I know is to be genuine, like to be there, and understand that as we all have needs, basic needs, like eating or drinking, we can also help and take care of each other with our different abilities that we have. And for example, a long time ago, I made a connection with a famous actor here in Israel, and the way I did it, I saw her, I recognized her, and um, I saw that she made a big change. I won't say her name, so I can say what I really think about the change that I saw. Uh, she was a really big artist, like she was a big actor, physically big, and
Mhm.
when I saw her, when I knew that she was going to come to town, I was like, okay, let's make a caricature for her. Let's make a painting for her and bring it to see, to like to have some more exposure, to to make something that other people could appreciate too, because people know her. And
Yeah.
so what happened when I brought the picture, the painting, I realized she did a huge change. She became super thin, like she looks at my perspective, she looks way better than the way that I drew her, because I took references from old photos of her, and and I saw her reaction when because I was there, and there was the guy that was arranging all this meeting. He saw me with my painting. He's like, "Yeah, Josh, let's bring her the painting." I was like, "Wait," and I couldn't like stop the momentum. And he brought her the picture, and I saw her reaction, and and I was like, "Okay." Now at that point, I could say like, "Oh, I missed it." Like it didn't went well, and that's all. No, I saw her not as a star, not as nothing. I saw her as myself, like getting like a present that I really don't like, or I'm not. It's the painting of me, but I don't recognize myself, or I don't think it looks like me, or I don't know. I don't know what was
Yeah.
going through our mind, but I wanted to make it right. So
Yeah.
as the minute this the guy left, he wanted to do a picture with the photo and her and everything, and we did this picture, and then when he left, I went to her and like, let's give her a fake name, uh, Leah,
Yeah.
Leah. I'm really sorry. I told her, I'm really sorry. I had no idea you made this huge change. You look amazing, and I want to make another drawing, another painting of you, as you need to be seen, like as you are. Like you are amazing. You need to feel amazing in your painting too. So she got really excited, and then we went backstage. She was putting on the makeup before her show, and we were talking, and we socialized, and we began a friendship there. And so all this story was to just tell one thing: we are all human beings. We are all kind of the same, and you can really tell in a person's body language or in his eyes if he's happy with what he gets, or if he needs something, or if he's missing something, or I don't know. And you can also think if you're going to meet, for example, a person when we were going to events together, and I know that he woke up late, and he didn't have no time to eat. Maybe I can think not only about myself when I go out of home and take a banana for me. I'll take two bananas. I'll take one for my partner and one for me. It's all about. For me, it was all about understanding that we're all the same in the base, and if I want to create a connection with a person, I need to be willing to. I need to consider them and to see how I can add value um, for it to be successful. Yeah, it's all about adding value. I think for me, it's all about adding value. Thinking
Yeah.
how can you add value to the
Definitely.
person in front of you. You can also be like an entrepreneur kind of way, or try to do meetings like you do, Muli. You you really create a whole social life around the business that you have, and you're actually teaching young artists to become better, and offering them after that jobs and work. And it's a whole system, it's a whole social community, and it's not only your business, it's also part of your social life. Like you're hanging out, making meetings with other artists in bars too. I saw a couple of them, invitations. It's in the south, so I couldn't make it, but um, it's really cool. I think it's awesome that you actually take the time to go and add value to other young artists and socializing with them and like helping them grow. And I think it's eventually helps us grow too. Let me take
Yeah,
the opacity down.
yeah. So the main idea I think that we all can take from what you said is, just to sum it up, is to add values to others. This way you can assure yourself that you are needed, and you have something to give, that you are able to provide. That is always a great thing, to assure yourself that you are a provider. And this way, if you give value to others, then one day around, this might turn around. Not maybe, not necessarily from this exact person, but only the essence of you giving to other. This is what makes the world turn around. So you can never know when you get it back and how you get it back, but you will get it back multiplied.
Karma. It's yeah. I said karma, but it's not only karma. I think I believe that we're all connected. You see, yeah, we are all like an energy or frequency, and when we are nice and effective, or just empathic to other people needs, or just to their feelings, we create connections. And you want me to erase the layer?
You can. Now I'm gonna draw kind of a necromancer or some kind of a warlock on top of that structure. You had another questions, and
Yeah.
while you delete okay, you deleted the layer. Okay, I like to think about karma as, just to simplify to other people who are just beginning their journey, the spiritual journey, is to think about karma as an action. For every action you are doing, for every physical thing, even a thought you are making, there is a reaction. So you can think about karma, you can think about God, your God, as something that is action. Even in the Bible, the God just um, didn't sit around and the world made itself. He did action from day one, and so you can think about, for every action there is a reaction, and this moves that energy, that frequency that you mentioned earlier, around.
Okay. Um, I wanted to ask you another question.
Yeah.
Um, it's a bit personal, but also professional, or it's a bit of both. It's the same, as we just said. Uh, what are your creative goals, or maybe what are you experimenting with and aim to grow in right now in your art journey?
Well, first of all, the main thing that I'm working on is a place for young students, to young to intermediate, to have a place where they can just log in and learn. They have a lot of stuff from maybe several professors, for several artists, and study from. This is like uh, my main work right now. And along the path, I I enjoy thinking about that and taking action about that with just playing around with different materials, different type of mediums, so I can have more ideas coming from several directions and not just only working on digital. My greatest passion is painting with oils. I love drawing with charcoals. Each of those mediums give me a different perspective. Alongside, they're connected. So when I draw with charcoals, I think about big shapes of shadows and lights, and then those shapes can can apply to the digital medium when I have more control of those shapes and I can play with those edges. And then I find cool shapes with cool edges on digital, and then I feel confident enough to apply this to an oil painting. So this is my creative endeavor right now. I'm just playing with pencil drawing and charcoal to other painting mediums. I currently feel that I'm the weakest in watercolor. It's still a mystery for me. I think I don't have the right equipment for it. Even I don't have um the drawing board, so I have the canvas in 90 degrees, so all the water will drip down. But no excuses. It is something that I am planning to explore more, and that's what capturing my mind during the day at the moment.
That's cool. Like, and playing with watercolors is is super cool. Um, yeah. So yeah. So you said that you've been experimenting with different tools, so you can take it back to digital, and I totally relate to it. Like when we draw physically, like when we paint, and when we use different materials, there is something natural that happens on the paper, on different kinds of papers too, that makes us learn. Like we then can identify what looks digital and what looks real when we make a painting on a computer. Okay, the next question would be a little bit of an external question. My question is, what do you think, or what do you know about what the closest person to you think about what you're doing, about how are you pursued as an artist in your surrounding?
Well, there are a couple of levels to these questions. When I work with other people outside that they are older than me, they perceive me as a young as a boy. And when I just started doing caricature live events, it was pretty annoying at the very beginning, because you it's not a pleasant feeling that you are working on something that you are artist and you're going outside and doing your work, and they treat you like a little boy. So they allow themselves to I'm not that tall. Like I'm one I'm 1 meter and 70 centimeters. So maybe that is related to itself as well. But so I find myself working at other events and other people, or that they might even be younger than me, but they are part of this big production, they allow themselves to give me that treatment that that I don't like. And it's hard to explain, but they treat you not as someone professional. And I think that is the spot.
Yeah.
And I found myself in the exact same time when I just starting work as a caricature artist at live events. um, I started to read more books on the topic of in the old times it was just all about becoming an alpha male, becoming a better man to your surroundings, and becoming that more solid version of yourself, to be treated with more respect without being a jerk, without being such a demanding person that nobody wants to be around, to become a better man without being an idiot. In general, that's the main topic.
I can tell that
So
you did a
those
great job. You are a great
uh,
person to be around, and yeah,
yeah,
continue. Sorry,
so
sorry.
no, no, it's okay. And I found in those books a lot of gems, stuff that the problem was apparently in how I perceived myself. So this allowed them more easily to treat me as they want, and I took it personally. So I started working on myself harder than I was working at work. And this is the turning point. Once I start working on myself harder than I worked on the work itself, then I saw an improvement and on how people give me more respect, how people talk to me with more authority, and these stuff made me feel more confident because I saw them. I practiced a lot, man. Sometimes there were a lot of awkward moments. The beginning of every stuff, by the way, even now in our artistic endeavor, there are a lot of awkward moments that we are studying something new, and
Yeah.
then we immediately applying it and we're trying to practice it with other people. For example, if you're learning something new in your social life, like um, when you go to a pub, never hold your beer against your chest like that, because when you hold your beer against your chest, you're sipping your beer in that manner. So you're closed. You have your beer in front of the person, and it blocks your openness to that other person. So you can hold it casually when you stand and you beer, you hold it by yourself, by your side, and you open to other, and this allows to the other person to be more engaged with you. So this stuff that you learn, you apply very fast, and it can be very awkward because you start to make weird stuff. It's new, it's you're practicing it, but then it became a second habit and it's completely natural, and you start to swim in that direction. And yeah, so that I think one of the major, relating to your question, that I've done that. I think I can sum it up by working on yourself harder than you're working on at your work.
That's amazing, Muli. I think it's amazing how you are aware. Your awareness is beautiful, um, because you
Thank you.
you 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 allow yourself like to be vulnerable, and you say like the points that made you feel less, and you're sharing them with us here, and thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And
Thank you for asking.
and I love the way you the approach you take. Like you went out and looked and reached some tools, some practical tools that could help you change and could help you
Yeah,
become better, and you worked on yourself. And I totally also agree. I think in every aspect of life, when we learn something, there is this phase at the beginning that we're doing it. We're doing it like in a funny
yeah,
manner, in a strange way. We're just copying what we're seeing, but still not
yeah,
understanding what we're doing, so it looks funny. But then eventually we understand, and it becomes a second nature to us. And oh, I love how you make those beautiful shadows. I can really tell that you've been playing around with ink lately.
yeah.
How you smudge everything. It's awesome. Great job, Muli. Uh, it's a great
I'm
one. I
having
think.
so much fun.
Me too. Me too. I think we're onto something. Like
Yeah,
we are understanding right now. It's like our first episode, by the way, were a bit weird. Like we know we want to add a value somehow, and we didn't know how to structure it at the beginning. We were talking about doing those lives, and we're learning as a like we're moving and learning together, and I love it. It's it's a great way to have a partner, to have someone to grow with. It's it's
yeah,
it makes you grow faster.
yeah. Definitely.
um, so do you want to tell us a little bit about your the meetings that you're doing? You're teaching young artists in Sderot or in the south here in Israel to become professional caricature artists. You're spending time with them, teaching a lot of them, like bringing a lot of effort into the table without asking nothing in return. And I think it's beautiful. And would you like to like tell us a little bit more about it? Um,
Actually, I want to. I have a lot to talk about it, but I want to keep it very short and give you that only the diamond that is behind all that. And the answer is I was so I really wanted to know what will happen when you take someone out of the bloom and you teach him caricature. What happens? And that's the main that was the main idea behind the true essence behind all that. Besides that, I needed them to work. I had some productions managers that called me that they needed a lot more painters, and I where can I give them those people? Everybody is just fully booked, and you know how it's Purim in Israel. It's like total mess.
yeah, for sure.
Um, so it was a big risk that I took. A lot of very young artists, like too young, in double quotes, too young, because I started to draw professionally at the age 27 when I was 25, when I just started my degree in animation. But them, they were just 18 to 20 to 21. So, um, and in those ages in Israel, you're just finishing army. And after 3 years to 2 years in the army in the IDF, you're blocked. Your mind is blocked. You cannot do a lot of creative stuff. It takes time. That's why a lot of young men and women, when they finish their service, they just fly around the globe, and they want us this freedom to gain back that mental,
Health.
that, yeah, that mental health back.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the main idea, and that was the risk behind that, and it totally worked. They one thing that I made it happen is to give them challenges. Like they were, as yourself too, as a professional, you participated in those challenges,
Oh, for sure.
and and they made it big. One of them even made it very surprisingly big. Like she had no study background at all. Like some of the people had some school practice. Like they took a term or two, a semester or two, and they had some idea of what is professional drawing and painting of its own. But one of them didn't have it at all. Like she was just painting for herself. She was just drawing for herself, and she managed to do it.
Yeah, and she become. I think we're talking about the same. Like I think I know what who we are talking about, and
Yeah,
she's just
yeah,
really amazing. It's really surprising what she can do,
yeah.
and well, she has also a really great teacher. I can tell. I can say for sure.
You haven't met. Ah, yeah, I think you met her once. We're talking
No.
about Yara.
Yara, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
I met her. I met her once a long time ago, like a couple of months,
yeah,
like 5 months ago, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, Yara is awesome. She's a child, right? I don't know how old is she, but she looked like really small. She's before our army service, or she's after this
Yeah,
she's before, right?
be- before.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's really a big thing to appreciate. I really appreciate you've been doing the. I hope I had a Muli when I was I don't know 17 years old. That took
huh.
me because when I was 17 years old, I was selling bread on the on the street like begale
Wow.
to earn like 200 shekels for a whole day.
Cool,
And
man.
yeah, I really hoped I had Muli back then, and it could like teach me how to do caricatures so I can so I can start doing it earlier. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it's been more than half an hour, and maybe it's been an hour too. I'm having a blast here, um,
Yeah, me too.
and I really like what came out. So yeah, unfortunately, we're going to end up this episode. Even though I really want to continue, it's really fun to talk with you, Molly. And
Yeah,
what I want to say is for the next episode, we want to talk a little bit more about making money as an artist, right? You've been helping young
yeah.
artists to make money. I think you have a lot of good things to say about it. You're totally an artist and a businessman too. Um, so I'm curious to hear what you have to say about that topic. So
Can't wait.
thank you so much, Muli. Uh,
Thank you, Josh.
I had a blast, and I don't know. I need new words to say thank you. I really feel grateful
Oh,
for.
don't thank me. I should be the one who thank you. Give me that opportunity to share and hear from you the best ideas that you can give us to the world itself. And I'm looking forward for the next lesson.
Me too, Muli. See you.
See you next time.
Bye.